Alright, y'all. If y'all know JR, AllStarJR, he shot Ben 10 and shit, paralyzed him. We got more details on it. Let's go.
Defense cases has completely backfired on Detroit rapper AllStarJR after he was already indicted by the feds for being a felon in possession of a firearm, even though the gun wasn't his. But now the state of Texas is charging him with shooting NBA 10 and basically spinal tapping him, leaving him permanently paralyzed. AllStarJR gets charged again in NBA Ben 10 shooting for aggravated assault causing traumatic brain or spine injury. This is one of the photos from the shooting. Somebody would say Ben 10 is telling how come he is not arrested.
That's what I was just gonna say. Yo, what's good, chat? Y'all trying to get a good microphone like me, nice quality and all that, man. Y'all trying to play the game and all that, stream. Look, link is in the description. I'm trying to hook y'all up on deals.
Thing was started because
I was just finna say that shit. Like, honest, okay, boom. He shoot him, okay. He go to jail. All right, he a convicted felony. All right, he ain't supposed to have a gun. Cool, he was defending himself, but still. All right, he go to jail. But what about Ben 10? That nigga convicted felony and he was trying to rob his ass. And then on top of that, he got shot a couple of weeks later. Nobody ain't talking about that shit. Why he ain't getting arrested?
Of him. If everything is on camera and nobody is telling on each other,
he ain't getting arrested.
Everybody should be in jail, especially because JR was defending himself.
Everybody should go down.
I'm not gonna go ahead and say NBA Ben 10 is snitching, but it's very weird that it is captured on video, and I have the affidavit, the new affidavit that just came out, that details everything from the Houston police's point of view. And now we have confirmation as to who the gun came from. Quick pause, because this might actually help you out. If you've ever needed access to your money or to your current card, people like... Now, if you blinked, you probably missed it. That's how much wiggling went on.
He wiggled.
Now, if you blinked, you probably missed it. That's how much wiggling went on.
Yeah, he moved.
But that's it. That's all he can do. And this might be a response to Mimo 600, who's been on his ass since he got shot. Cause the shit he been posting.
Hey, they bogus as hell, bro.
He got one using a Hellcat.
Oh no.
I'm just saying, the shit funny. I'm not gonna act like I don't think it's fucking funny. It's funny. I wouldn't want to be dude, but you know, you reap what you sow in a sense. But for this case, don't forget, there was no confusion as to if AllStarJR did this, because not only did he admit it to the police, he admitted it all over his Instagram. I mean, this was the post right after saying, had to shoot to the D and get some new ice because my man's Ben 10 took some of my stuff to the hospital with him. Unplugged that. And yeah, we got Traplo Ross in the comments. We got Mimo in the comments. We got OP. We got Seti Nash. I mean,
I'm saying though, like, he should have just waited. He should have went to the police. You know what I'm saying, and beat the case, and then came back like, yeah, nigga, fuck that nigga, I spit on his ass, yeah. Well, you know what I'm saying, could have talked shit after the fact. Don't talk shit while you on the run still, folks. Damn.
Crazy when it first hit the internet. And he was not shying away from any of the allegations. He was letting it be known he shot them. Because the gun didn't come from him. It wasn't his gun. They jumped him, tried to rob him. One of them dropped their gun. He got it, shot them. And everyone thought this was the illest case of self-defense. And he's gonna be able to brag about it, do interviews about it. Apparently he was gonna do a Vlad TV interview before the feds picked him up. Everything was lined. He probably thought this was gonna be the thing that puts him on the map, that boosts his career. I just got a free shooting. And it all fell apart.
All you hoe ass niggas tagging me talking about, nigga, you see Ben back. You see Ben back. Well, if the bitch so back, tell him to do the Ben 10. I'll double it for him. Fuck he talking about, do that bitch, Ben. Nigga, this your dance. Give me your groove, nigga, if you back.
He said,
Now,
it's
this
your
is from
dance.
5 weeks ago, and he's telling him to do a dance that he made
God
up. Nemo said, I'll
damn.
stay off social media if he can wiggle his toes right now. And mind you, if we want to be fair, it took Ben 10 5 weeks to wiggle his toes. Reason being, he got stood over not 1 time, not 2 times, but 3 times before getting
He stood
pistol
on
whipped
his
in
ass
his
3
face.
times.
But this right here is making everything worse for him. He's
I
been
ain't
charged
gonna
with
lie.
aggravated assault with a traumatic brain or spine injury. Now, this is gonna go through the entire shooting that took place. It was reported during the course of the physical altercation, the defendant, who is JR, discharged a firearm multiple times in the direction of the group of males, striking and injuring Fields, who is Ben 10. In the report, it was also documented that a Glock 43X handgun, 1 Glock 43X magazine, a black firearm holster with blood on it, 10 fired 9mm shells, blah, 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 blah. During the course of the investigation, they reviewed camera footage from inside of the club/restaurant where they could see JR with the female. They got up to leave and began to leave via the elevators. Once reaching there, a large group, including Ben 10, exited the elevators, and an initial verbal altercation ensues between JR and the group. During the physical altercation, JR is seen fist fighting with Ben 10 and several others. As the fight is going on, officers observed a male involved in the fight lose his holstered firearm from his waistband, where it then lands on the ground under a table. They then observe AllStarJR fall to the ground and take possession of the firearm, where he begins to shoot into the crowd, striking Ben 10 with the initial shots. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, proves what the federal paperwork did not. We now have confirmation that gun was not JR.
Oh, bro, I can imagine how he did that shit on some John Wick shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? He falling on the floor, the gun sliding, he picked that shit up, get the boom, 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 bro, get the blamming at the ass.
It came from the group that attacked him, fell, and when he fell from getting jumped,
Yeah.
he grabbed the gun and
Got that
opened
bitch,
fire.
got that boom, 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 boom.
Unless you're in like liberal California or fucked up New York City, under almost any southern law would this be a stand your ground, case closed, self-defense scenario. But it's what happened after.
Yeah.
On video, detectives were
over his
able to
ass.
see Ben 10 immediately incapacitated and falling to the ground on his side before slowly rolling on his back, where he does not move again. JR is then observed to get up from the ground and continue to fire the gun in the direction of the crowd as they run away. After approximately 13 seconds, JR is then observed returning to Ben 10, who is still motionless on the floor, where JR discharges 3 more rounds at Ben 10 in close range, striking him.
Damn.
After the 3rd round, they observed the slide of the firearm to be locked back, indicating that JR ran out of bullets. JR is then seen walking away before walking back, and at that time he points the gun directly at Ben 10's head and appears to pull the trigger.
Well, he tried to-
However, the gun didn't fire.
Well, he tried to eliminate his ass. God damn. Boy, he tried to dome check his ass real quick. Tried to get him up out of here.
So when you're looking at a gun, you often see this in gun range videos. When someone's shooting
bro.
and their only view is the back of the gun, they don't really notice when
That
the slide's
spray.
locked
You
back,
just so
because
busy
they
in the
pretty
moment.
much look the
You
same,
just squeezing that
especially if you're focused
motherfucker.
on what's down range. So he didn't know the gun was out of bullets. And this adrenaline dump he was
bro.
having, he thought it still had one in there.
He looked at
And
it.
he tried to
Bitch.
dome check Ben 10
bro.
and finish him. Because the gun was out of ammo, they observed JR stand over Ben 10 and pistol whip him in the face before finally spitting on him and fleeing the scene.
That's some disrespectful shit. I ain't gonna lie. Shit.
Through the investigation, police learned from Ben 10's medical treatment team that he sustained a spine injury as a result of the shooting that has left him without sensation from the waist down. They also learned that based on the extent of the injuries, the prognosis for Ben 10 is that he will have irreversible paralysis of his lower extremities, which means he's paralyzed. Nothing from the waist down works.
Man, it's over.
His legs, possibly his manhood, everything's done. He might even be on a shit bag.
Damn.
It might be all the way bad for Ben 10 right now. And this isn't something to laugh at him and ridicule him, but you have to remind him and everybody else.
He should have been doing dumb shit. He trying to rob somebody. Shit. You ain't know he was robbing John Wick. That's what was going on, Chad. He was robbing John Wick. What is that?
He decided to fight JR.
Bro.
They decided to try to rob JR. JR
Tried to rob John Wick.
This situation, he just handled it how a street motherfucker from Detroit is gonna handle it. Oh, you wanna try me? I'm gonna put you in the ground.
Shit.
Unfortunately or fortunately.
And then not only that, he came back 3 times to try to finish his ass. Hell yeah.
Fortunately for Ben 10,
I applaud you.
Look at
Stop
it.
trying to rob him,
The gun ran
motherfucker.
out of bullets because it was only a 43X with a 10-round mag. Had it had 15, that probably would have cost Ben 10 his life. Now, I looked up the specific charge, right? Because aggravated assault under Texas law is normally a second-degree felony, punishable by 2 to 20 years in prison. But the enhancement of a traumatic brain or spinal injury takes that punishment and boosts it from 5 to 99 years or life
Damn.
in Texas State Prison. So now, AllStarJR is not just facing 15 years in the feds. He's facing a life sentence under Texas law. And this shit is so cold, right?
That's cold.
Because when you get your paperwork from the feds, when you've been indicted from the feds, by the feds,
That hurt.
it's not you versus whatever. It's you versus the United States of America. And let's just say worst comes to worst, JR gets hit with 10 years in the feds, right? After he's hit with the 10, they're gonna transfer him to Texas. And then he has to face this charge. So if he's hit with, let's just say another 10 from the feds, 10 from the state, he's gonna do his federal bid first. He's gonna do those 10 years at 85%. And the day he is released from the feds, he won't be released, he'll be transferred to Harris County, Texas, or directly to the Texas Department of Corrections. And from there, he's gonna start a fresh 10-year sentence. This is the thing, is it's not double jeopardy because you have 2 different entities charging you. The feds and the state are completely different. So if he gets a max 15, or he could even get fucking 3 years in the feds, bro.
Okay.
He can get 3 years in the feds for the gun, which isn't crazy, right? 3 years, whatever, you take that to the chin.
Yeah.
And then he could get 50 from the fucking state of Texas. So after he
Damn.
finishes 3, he's
fucked.
gotta do 50. That's how fucked this is.
Yeah, that's fucked.
This situation just took a turn for the absolute worst.
That's bogus
It
as
could
hell.
not get any worse than this. JR is now fighting for his life, and whatever money he spent on a federal attorney, he's gonna have to double down and do the same shit in Texas. And again, it isn't because the weapon wasn't his and he was defending himself. It's because of the fact at the point he was no longer defending himself. He showed he was
Shit.
trying to kill.
So what?
He's
Shit, he was getting robbed. What you expect? Motherfuckers robbing John Wick. Oh, bro.
stood over a man 3 times, shooting into him until there was nothing left in the gun. Not knowing there was nothing left in the gun, he tried to put another one in his head. And disappointed by the outcome that no bullet fired out of that weapon, he pistol whipped him and spit on him. Then dropped a music video. Then tried to book an interview. Then came up with a new dance. And I guarantee you every single
That's
thing
cold.
I just said is gonna be used against
Definitely
him
is.
in court. This is the most backfired self-defense case I've ever seen, where someone was under the complete impression that this is easily won. I'll face nothing for this, and I am absolutely fucking surprised that Ben 10 and Dead End Ron haven't been charged with any assault, with any robbery.
They ain't get a charge for
After
nothing.
it's literally been proven they robbed him, they took shit from him, they're on video taking his jewelry, none of them have been charged. And maybe the state of Texas is looking at it like, you already lost your legs, Ron already lost a finger, And all y'all look fucking stupid because technically he put that fire on y'all ass and he got the gun from y'all. So unless the state of Texas just feels sorry for them, I am completely surprised none of them have been charged. But let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comments section.
Man, that's crazy though. Like, shit, he should never robbed his ass. Shit, I would have stood over his ass too. Shit, fuck him. Shit, who would do that shit? You getting robbed, shit, you got a chance to, you know what I'm saying, blow that motherfucker down, shit. Who wouldn't do that shit? Leave a motherfucker alone.